Okay, today I hope you will hear me. I hope you will hear me. I have very important subject for today. Uh, Before weekend, okay? If I will manage, if I will, it's a little bit windy. I have some notes, okay? So I have to be careful. I hope I will manage. Before weekend, I have important really things to say, and as much as I will be able to tell you, if I will manage, I will also at the end give you some Bible scriptures. It will be mainly about few important things, okay? For you to think. Few important things to remind. First of all, it will be to remind about self-discipline, okay? Self-discipline is the most important, as I told you, okay? This is the road to freedom. Self-discipline. You must self-discipline yourself, okay? If you want to win, if you want to save yourself. So this is what I've trained you, okay? The enemies, evil ones, they always attack us. First of all, devil always want us to stop doing something, to give up on doing something, okay? We know the direction. There is time and season for different things, and we know the direction, okay? So when you know, we have a little bit change of season, but there is always time to study, okay? There is no season which would allow you to stop learning, to stop educate yourself, to stop getting wisdom. In every season, first of all, self-discipline. You need to self-discipline in getting knowledge, in getting wisdom, okay? To study deep the Bible, the Word of God. So today I will remind about self-discipline, okay, treasures. Some verses, if I will be able. Few things to say. I have few things to say to you, okay? So we'll go back to the subject at the end about self-discipline, maybe some verses from the Bible. What also very important I have to say, so today from self-care, self-love, self-development, okay, lessons, very important. Very important lesson, I never heard anyone to preach that, but this is very important what I've discovered from years. And I observed and I went to the solutions. And you know, very important rule. I want you to remember this rule. I came to this conclusion on myself. I never heard anyone to preach it, but this is very huge key for us to remember. One of the most important things is consistency. Is kind of like consistency. What do I mean? What do I mean? I will explain. So I want you to remember this, okay? For example, you are in some decisions, in some season, okay? What devil loves to do, he loves to use a roller coaster. I call it roller coaster, okay? It goes with also what they preach, emotional roller coaster, that for a while you feel like you huge winner, okay? Yeah, like you move mountains, and then such a strong attacks come. Let's say for 1 month, you can be very disciplined for 1 month. This is what devil loves to use. You can be very disciplined for 1 month, let's say, okay? So you feel very good that you did so many things. According to the things you do, we do feel proud of ourselves when we do the things which we want to do, when we self-discipline ourselves, okay? So you can do for 1 month, you can be very disciplined, you can do a lot, okay? You can say even every area of your life. But what devil then loves to do, then he comes with such a huge attacks. It can last at least 1 week after, after every month. He can come, for example, or after 2 months, he can come with huge attacks. and those attacks will last at least for 1 week, 2 weeks, even it can go even to 1 month. It depends, okay? So we need to observe how often he comes with attacks, okay? How big space is between that you achieve, then attacks, okay? So this is, I call this is that roller coaster, okay? Because even when you are very disciplined for 1 month, you do many things. Then, when very often devil comes like with attacks for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and you are not able almost to do anything. You are kind of like lying in bed. It's hard for you to get up. You do the very basic things, and this you just under very heavy attacks, and you feel like you have pause, like you struggle, you fight to survive, you fight to do at least those first things in need, okay, to survive, like eat, those very first things, okay. It can last for 1 week, 2 weeks. So then what happens? That emotional roller coaster which devil loves to use, what happens? We start to feel very bad, okay. We feel so bad that you would feel worse if you wouldn't fight for 1 month in strong discipline, okay, because if it repeats like month after month or after 2 months, if it is very often, it happens very often during the year. Observe last year, okay, last period of the year in your life, 1 year, 2 years, last 2 years, if it repeats constantly, that you can even 1 month, for example, be very disciplined and do many things, but still so disciplined that you live from task to task, okay, you don't have too much time to stop, to break, to pause, okay. So this is not good, because I trained you. We still need every day to stop, to make a pause, okay? So he will give you 1 month to be very disciplined, but so in stress, so in rush, okay, that you will not have time to stop, to pause, okay, during the day. Then, so maybe you will kind of feel, okay, proud of yourself. 1 month I worked very hard, I achieved so many things, but still not so good. You wouldn't feel still not so good, because you didn't have time during the day for things you enjoy, to stop, okay. He all the time still wants us to live in rush, okay, but you still could feel good that you did for 1 month. After 1 month, it can come attacks for 1 week, 2 weeks, even longer, okay, and you barely survive, you barely do the first things in need, okay. So you definitely, then after such a period, you definitely feel very, very bad. You feel so bad. Then worse if you wouldn't be so disciplined for 1 month, okay. You feel worse than if you feel worse, okay. This is that emotional roller coaster. You would feel even better if you wouldn't be so self-disciplined for 1 month, like really strong discipline from task to task. We shouldn't live really daily from task to task, okay. That's what devil always wants us to do. But if he uses that emotional roller coaster, that this repeats, those periods repeat constantly, it repeats, okay. You do many things, then you barely survive for at least 1 week, 2 weeks, okay, at least 1 week. Then you feel very bad. It's still very important how do we feel, okay, because how do we feel? So we would feel, I want you to remember, we would feel, if it repeats, it's not problem if it happens sometimes, but during last year, during last 2 years, how often does it repeat? Because if it constantly repeats, if devil uses this technique constantly for last year, go to conclusions, how is in your life last year, last 2 years, okay, then you need to make some new decisions, okay. Then it means you need to make some new decisions. We cannot allow that constantly we will feel not stable, okay? That very disciplined, then very bad, okay? Very, very disciplined, too disciplined even, from task to task, no time to rest, everything in rush. Then another week, 2 weeks, very strong attacks, okay? Very strong attacks. So if it repeats in last year, if you observe that in last year, in last 2 years, if it repeats, even one last year, it means you need to make some new decision, okay? We cannot allow devil to use this technique too long. So this is very important, okay? We need to feel stable. What do I mean we need to feel stable, okay? You can be under attacks, okay? But I am telling you why also they say do little things, do small steps, but do it consistency, okay? On regular basis. It's important to do it on regular basis, consistency, okay? It's better to do smaller steps, or maybe not that often. When you do calling, you can do twice a week, 3 times a week, okay? You don't ignore the attacks, you don't ignore the situation in which you are, okay? You see the reality, but it's better to make decision to do smaller steps, not that often, but to have the period of consistency, how you decided, okay? Then, okay, so this is treasures important, to have that consistency, like in marriage, in every area. It can't be that for 1 month you are very happy with your husband and you do good intimacy in marriage. He uses, for example, even in marriage, okay? And then after a month, he destroys your marriage. It's hard for you even to talk to your husband. And it's not your fault, it's because of attacks. So we cannot allow, if he does it like for 1 year, at least 1 year, and this all the time repeats, month after month, after 1 month, after even 2 months, if it all the time so often repeats, we cannot allow this continue to happen, okay? We cannot allow this continue to happen. So we need to make decisions. Okay? So we need to make decisions. So this is so important. So you need to make new decisions. Like for, even very strong decision. With calling, for example, you don't have to do as often. Do twice, 3 times a week. Okay? If it happens, the reason is with marriage, is roller coaster, then if it repeats, and if the only choice you have left is separation, then do separation. If the only choice you have left to improve this situation is separation, then do separation, okay? So you also have to be very hard, very strong with making strong decision. If the only choice is to make separation, okay? So find the reason why it happens, why it all the time repeats, okay? So find the reason and make new decision, okay? So this is important, okay? Do not allow this repeats all the time, okay? It must be consistency. Maybe it's better to do smaller steps, but do it month after month, you will be able to do, okay? It's better to do not that often something, but do it with consistency, okay? 2-3 times a week, like even exercises, if you are in hard situation, even twice, 3 times a week. It depends what your situation is, but do it week after week. Not that 1 month you do, then another week you are not able to go for a walk, you are not able to do it all, okay? Must be consistency. So this is important. This is important, okay? So this is important. Another thing, feel. Also remember, I also remind you, allow yourself to feel how you feel, okay? Allow yourself to feel how you feel. Um do not block the feelings. This is what always I trained you. I always trained you to allow to go feelings through your body, okay? So you need to check with yourself the best daily to ask yourself the question, how do I feel? How do I feel? Is important to know how do you feel, okay? And allow yourself to feel how you feel, okay? Do not try to block the feelings. Allow feelings, however you feel, allow them to go through the body, okay? Why it is so? It is so important because we make decisions, for making the good decisions, okay? So ask yourself the question, how do you feel? Because to know the answer for this question is necessary to make good decisions about you and your life. Do not do anything against yourself, okay? Do not take responsibility for saving your dignity at all. The attacks are too heavy and too long. When the attacks are too heavy and too long, do not take responsibility for saving your dignity, okay? So this is all. This is also very important. This is also very important, okay? This is also very important. So what do I mean? If you feel, if you even feel, allow. Allow yourself to even hate yourself if that's what you want, and how you feel. To that point, even, okay? Allow yourself even to hate yourself. Allow yourself even to hate yourself if that's what you want, what you truly want, and what you truly feel, okay? Um, so do not take responsibility for saving your dignity, okay? When attacks are too long and too strong. So you have to allow yourself to feel whatever you feel, however you feel, even if you want to feel like you want to hate yourself, allow yourself to feel that, okay? Because, okay, so this. Another thing. Another very important things which I've forgotten to mention, very important for us to remember now in new season, very important to remember daily. The best every day, listen to we need to feed ourselves. We need to feed ourselves from self-care, self-love, self-development, okay? And the best do it daily. Fight to do it daily, okay? Make sure that you will do daily. This is also very important, and we need to improve it, okay? Make sure that you do it daily. Why it is so important? It is so important because on your own you need to have some kind of encouragement, you need to have some kind of help, okay? On your own is really, on our own is really too hard. It's too hard when attacks are come, okay? Devil all the time, he wants us to feel very bad, okay? He all the time attacks us daily that we will feel very bad. He doesn't allow us to feel good, okay? Our goal is to stay with our decisions, to stick with our decisions, okay? To stay with self-discipline, with doing action, okay? This is so important. So very important what we can do to make sure when attacks are coming that we'll stand up on our feet strong and fast as possible and strong. It's very important that we will feed our mind, our brain with something good, with positive, okay? Because our brain is all the time attacked by negativity, by this what is okay? Because devil wants us to feel very bad, so he attacks us all the time, but this what is negative, okay? So what we can do is hard to find positive thoughts on your own, in your head, okay? So what you can do, you can so feed yourself, take advantage of all those lessons on YouTube which you have, from self-development, okay? Have your those which you like, okay? Have few those coaches, those who you like from self-development, and listen daily, okay? So daily, by listening to them daily, you will feed by something positive, and you will feed your mind by knowledge, by truth, by this what we need, okay? So this also I want you to remind. Make sure that you will feed daily. Make sure that you will feed daily by self-care, self-love, self-development, okay? Daily listen to podcast, because this is important to remember. It is so hard on your own. It's so hard to go through that journey, because all the time we are attacked. We are attacked by devil, okay? So you need to take advantage of those videos daily. Feed daily by self-development, self-love, self-care, okay? So this is very important. Feed daily by this, okay? So feed daily by this, okay? So this is also very important. Important for us to remember. So even if attacks will come, if you feed daily by this, you will be able to stand up quicker, to stand up after attacks quicker. Or you will feed your mind all the time, but by this what is positive, okay? Because devil all the time attacks by negativity, and negative thoughts give negative emotions. We feel negative, and it puts us down, okay? It puts us down. You see how they attack, how devil attacks? He's so afraid of my wisdom. He's so afraid of those words of truth. I want you to take those words of truth, okay? This is how he attacks, how he's fucking jealous, okay? How he's so fucking afraid of me, okay? So this, remember, treasures, we remember. I want you to remember, feed daily, okay? So quicker you will stand up on your feet quicker, okay? So this, make sure you will feed daily. What else? What else important things we have? What important things? So this was important. Alone is so hard to do it on your own, okay? You need to feed daily by self-care, self-love. And you have, for example, verse from Proverbs 15:22. For example, Proverbs 15:22. Many advisors. Proverbs 15. For example, this is devil. This is fucking devil. Fucking jealous. He's so afraid. Guys, he's not afraid of anyone, just me, okay? Okay, shut up. Proverbs 15:22. Many advisors. It will lead you to succeed. Proverbs 15:22. Many advisors. It will lead you to succeed, okay? It will lead you to succeed, okay? So self-discipline. We will go to self-discipline. And subject self-discipline, okay? So we do action, we do self-discipline. And I will give you some scriptures. I think that's everything. And at the end, I will give you homework. At the end, okay? Now from Proverbs, self-discipline, okay? The subject about self-discipline. They are jealous. You know that Joyce Meyer, she doesn't understand Bible, and she's so fucking jealous that I understand it, that I have such a wisdom, and she's so jealous. No, it's me, it's not her, it's my colleague, okay? They are jealous about the Bible, okay? They would wish to be me, but they're idiots. They will always be my murderers, not me. They will always be my murderers. They can't even dream of being me. Okay, treasures. Don't give up, stay strong. Wait with me. Bible, Proverbs. Proverbs, what I've prepared for you. So we have Proverbs 12. Open the book. Let's read Proverbs 6. Self-discipline. Subject self-discipline. Proverbs 6. Czekaj, wait. Whoever it is devil and Satan's elite, because they are so afraid. Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6. They can't stand because they do not. Okay, be quiet. Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6, and I want you. This what I've trained you against laziness, to fight for self-discipline, and this is against laziness, treasures. Okay, devil wants to make you quiet. You speak louder. Okay. Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6, 6 to 11. This is what I told you. Okay, there are also prophecies hidden for now, for season now. Okay, but I want you to notice even from Proverbs 6. So do this to free yourself. Notice Proverbs 6, 3. So do this